Okay, so our today's agenda will be Apex Trigger. So, in Apex Trigger, there will be Apex events, Apex syntax, and sorry, events, trigger syntax, and trigger context variables. These all are the part of trigger. And so, first one is sorry, the Apex trigger only. So, Apex trigger is nothing but a operation which can be performed after or before a transaction happen in our Salesforce, like whenever we insert or update or delete or merge data inside our Salesforce database, then that we can perform a trigger according to that particular action. Like we can action based on the DML statement like insert, update, or delete, and we can update another records, or we can insert some records, or we can perform any kind of action after or before any record insertion or updation. So trigger can be performed on these actions like insert, update, delete, merge, upset, and undo. And we have like trigger types. So there are two types of trigger: before trigger and after trigger. And trigger context variable, which we are going to cover next. So this is trigger event. So we have like update, and so we have two types of trigger: before and after. So these are some before events, and these are some after events. So after, like before insert, so there will be three for before: insert, update, and delete. Why? Because we have three. Because before and delete, we will not be having data inside our Salesforce. Like why we don't have before for this and delete? Because we don't have this is something which will recover your data from your recycle bin. So let's say we have deleted some record, and 2 days ago we have deleted some records, and as we have recycled in our Salesforce, so these records uh, will be in our recycle bin. So let's say I want to undelete those records. So I will undelete those, and based on that undeletion, there I want to perform some action. Let's say I want to update contact. Like I have deleted account, and I am going to undelete both account. And based on that account and deletion, there should be some contact should update, like active contact, or whatever. So we can update that contact. So we don't have before for this undelete. Why? Because there is no data available in our Salesforce. There is data available recycle bin, and we can perform any action on the data which are available in recycle bin. So before is not available for this. Other than that, like other than insert, update, and delete, all the two types of trigger events required. So we will read. We will like read read more about it, like trigger.old and new. And I'll let's say first go and create a trigger. I have my developer console open with me, so I already have written. Yeah, so this is the simple trigger syntax. So I have here, like I have written a trigger on the account object, and what I'm so this is the trigger event. We have to write trigger a keyword which is saved for this record for this trigger only, and here we can give any name trigger, like we give any class. So say, same like here also we can give any trigger, and then we have to perform we have to write this keyword on. So on which object we are going to perform this trigger. So here after this on, we have to write this account of object, or whatever object we are going to consider. Like let's say if we can write any custom object, any standard object, or anything. So here I am using this account object, and after insert. So when this is the time, or this is the type of trigger when this trigger should fire, before or after. So I have written here is after, or which operation, YAML operation, insert or delete or update. So I'm using this insert. So after insert, whenever any new report is inserted, after that report has been inserted, this trigger will fire, and whatever we have written any trigger that will be performed after this record will be inserted, or any record will be inserted in account. So this kind of like we have some more like after update, after delete, after undelete, and before insert, before delete, before update. So these are some actions we have in our triggers, so which we can perform, and we can perform any action here. So these are some context variable. We will be knowing reading more about it. So these are some context variable which trigger.io will be storing a list of account. As I have earlier said, like list of account will be stored in this trigger.io, and all the account which are performed from a specific statement that stored in this list. So by using trigger dot we will be getting the list of trigger. If I use trigger dot map, then there will be there will be map of account. So here ID and account, the map of trigger dot what this ID will be. So particular record ID will be available here, and then that record will be available here as an account object. So that kind of map, so context variable we can use, that kind of context variable we can use. One more, guys. So yeah, so these are some actions we can perform after or in, before any legal statement fired or any record has been inserted, update or delete. So got it? Like this is the trigger part, which so this will perform any logic based on the action, based on the DML action which you have used, you have given to this trigger. What's the error is coming? Something a little class. Okay, so let's say कि I am let me go and remove this, and we can perform as many event as many want. Like we can perform more than one or more than two events at a time. Like, but there will be only one transaction like at a time. Like I can only insert one record, but that on the same time I will not be updating that particular record. So that will be coming into that insert. So we can perform every event in a single like this thing. And this is the best practice. Well, we have to write. We should write only one trigger per object, and every event which we are going to use, we can perform in the single trigger, and we can use by using the context variable. So let's say I have to use this context variable. I have to check that this trigger is after or before. I can write this is, oh sorry, trigger dot is after. So what this so every code, whatever code you will write here, that will be performed only on the after part. So after this, so only insert and update. After insert and after update, this code will be running. Here you can also perform this if trigger dot is insert. So this will be performed only when trigger will be after and that insert. So when after insert, the code you will write here will be performing only after insert. So these kind of some context variable you can use in your trigger, and you can perform any kind of logic in your trigger. Okay, Vijay, you have some question like item level trigger, item or feed level trigger. I am not really getting what you are going to ask. Item level trigger means
You
it's a,
have created an account, which is an object.
yes. Uh-huh.
Can it be an object is like a table account? It has a number of fields or a columns,
Yes.
attributes. Can a trigger
Uh-huh.
be possible on a item level also?
Item level means it will be fired only your record. So let's say I have this table account.
Yeah.
Let it be open. So inside this account, I have so many records. I can perform any like let's say let me write a trigger first, and this would be after insert and after update, and I'll check here if trigger dot is after and trigger dot is insert or trigger dot is update. So after this, and this condition we should check every time. This condition we should check every time when we are going to write any like any kind of logic based on our requirement, because let's say I am writing this for only after insert and after update, and in future any other developer come and he needs to write on before delete, then he will simply go and write here something like he will write here delete logic, and that delete logic will be performed on the after insert and after update as well, if he will not write this if condition. So we have to, so our logic will be coming only based on our requirement. It will not be coming on that after before delete. So we should write this we should check this condition every time when we write. So I have checked this after and insert and update. So this will be performed only when the after insert and update trigger will fire. DML statement will come. So let's say I want to. So here I'll loop through account ACC, and this is my trigger.new list, and I'll simply create contact C is equal to new contact C dot last name equal to test, and plus ACC dot name. So I'll write this, and here list of contacts. So this is the bulky application. Like I'm writing this, I'm creating a list of contacts. So this is the bulky application. So every time a bunch of record will come, so it will be stored in this list, and then the DML statement will be fired on the list only. So it will not be fired on the single record. Contact. So I have created a empty list over there, and here I have created a contact based on this account, related to this account, and I am storing in the on list dot add c, and I have to assign the c dot account id equal to ac id. Then only it will be related to this particular account. So this account id is the related primary key, or that we can say key is a foreign key kind of, which is using this only this account and contact is related to each other. I have stored in this list, and I am now inserting that on list. So what I'm doing here is I'm written a trigger, account trigger on this account object, and I'm checking this. I'm performing this action based on the after insert and after update. Let me see for now. I'm using this insert and update only, and here I'm creating a empty list for contact, and I'll be storing all those contact which should be insert after that for that particular account, and then we will be performing that insert operation of this list. And here I'm checking the trigger dot is insert or update thing, and then I'm iterating this account list, and then I'm creating a new contact for this account, and I'm assigning this account id as a contact id, sorry, account id as a contacts account id, and last name as a test and space account. So here I have written this trigger, and let me go into the system and create a account. So whenever I'll insert, like insert, which is something like it's same like create. Whenever we create any new record in account, or whenever we will update any existing record in a account, this trigger should fire. Okay, so go. So this only. So I am performing a update statement for now. So for now only one contact is related to this particular test3 account. So this is the test3 account, and this is the contact related list, and this account has this contact test3 contact related to this account. Now let me go and update this account. Let's say I am going to update this rating. So whatever field you will be updating into this record, that will be considered as a update statement. So whenever you will update anything, you can also check like this, whenever this rating will update to hot or warm or cold or any other field, you can check that as well. Like you can simply write here and check if this SCC dot rating is hot, then only it should perform. So that will be performed on the based on your condition. So I'm not writing any condition for now. Just any update will be coming from this account side, that should create a contact. So this let me go and update this. It should create a new contact related to this. So here it is having so now it have this uh, 2 second contact as well, test3. So whatever we have written here, so this is like appended like test, and the account name which is test3. So this kind of action you can perform, and this is based on the updation. Let me go and create a new account. So then also it should create a new contact. Let me give this, and I'm not going to give any, and I have created this account, and this trigger have created this contact by default. and whatever, if you write like here, this C dot email should be this, or C dot first name should be this, whatever you will assign here, that will be coming into this contact record. So this kind of some action you can perform based on the DML action have been performed on your system. Got it? So this is, I don't know which item or field you are asking. So this is based on the field level only. So in the record in your table, this is a single record. You can perform in a bulk, like if you are going, if you are updating first to this 1, 3. So these three record you are updating at the same time by using data loader or a single apex or in the list, like let's say ki I am updating these three record at a single time, then this trigger will be performed on these three record. So it will be creating a contact for this, it will be creating a contact for this, it will be creating a contact for this as well. So those all the actions will be performing based on the requirement which we have written here. So do you have any question, Vijay, on this, or got it?
Hello.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, hello. Actually, that any unrelated objects also can we update
Yes.
using
So this
triggers?
is, yeah. So this is the development part. So in the development part, you can create any, like I'm this student object which we have created earlier. This student is right now not related to this account, right? So let me go and create a student. You can create whatever you will write here, that will be created. I'm not going to change anything. This I should write student and C dot name. This is not a field in student. Let me go and check what is the required field in student. So any unrelated or related, any kind of object you can perform any kind of action on any kind of object. This is the development part. So this is something which come when you are not able to perform, or you are not able to complete requirement by configurations. This is something which come when there is no possibility to complete that requirement based on like let's say this student is I want to insert this student record when account is insert or update, then it is not possible by using process builder or workflow tool, because this object student is not related to the account. So this is not possible by using process builder, but it is possible by using this trigger, because we can insert, update, or we can perform any kind of action on any which is whether it is related or unrelated to that particular object. We can perform any kind of action on that. So let me go, and so I have created this and it should create a new student which begin with this test. So let me go and update this contact, this only. I go and update the name only. Account 1. And it should create a new student. So I didn't have any account test account 1 for now. Let me go and refresh this view. It should create. Oh, I am using this because it is not open right now. Oh, so this have been created now. Test account 1. So you can create, you can perform any kind of your logic on any object which is available in your org. Any other question?
It is avoid violation rules or the triggers.
I didn't get you. Violation rule means like
Yeah,
if you
violating. It will follow the violation rules or it will avoid that any violation rules on any object.
no, but violation means I am not getting your point. Like violation means like it should check. So this name is required field in this. So it should check the requirement and all. So all the validation and all should be maintained by your trigger.
Okay, that security and sharing settings also
Yes.
it will.
Yeah. So that the user, whoever is performing action on this account, he should have a permission to create a student. Like let's say ki I'm having a system administrator profile, and Sudeep, he doesn't have any system admin profile. He have a sales representative profile who doesn't have this accessibility to create a student record. Got it? So I have this trigger which will create, but he have a accessibility to create an account or update an account, but he doesn't have this accessibility to, and he is not able to create any student object. So, but our trigger is something which will create a student record based on the action performed on this account. When I will create any record, then this student will be created. But when the Sudeep will go and create an account or update an account, then it will trigger a error. It will give a error to Sudeep, like you don't have this requirement, you don't have this accessibility to create a student object which connect to admin system admin. So it will give this. So he or she, whomsoever you are going to give this trigger, like whomsoever you are going to create this trigger, they should have the ability to create that particular record in that particular object which you are going to use in your trigger. That thing keep in mind in your whenever you are going to create. Any other?
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. So this is event which are after, before, and all. So this is something like syntax. So we have covered this one, like we have created this. So this is the context variable of trigger, which like we have used this trigger dot is insert or update. So this picture will give you more understanding about it. So we have these four events in this trigger: insert, update, delete, and undelete. So this merge and upsert thing will be covered by this insert and update and delete. So when we upsert any record, so those insert and update actions will be fired only in upsert, because the upsert is a combination of insert and update. So whether you will perform upsert or insert or update, the insert and update will be fired. So this is the upsert. And when you perform merge, then what that merge do is it will update a record and it will delete other record. So that in that scenario, that update trigger will be fired and the delete trigger will be fired on those two record, and the update trigger will be fired on that first master record. So these uh, four types of events will be available: insert, update, delete, and undelete. Okay, and we have two types of trigger execution: before and after. This is the timing should we should consider, like when I want to perform this action, before any record created or updated, or after. and we have this data which will be available based on like this old and new will be the list of record, and the old map and new map will be the map of the record. So this is the data which will be coming after this action find. So is insert, is update, is delete, and is undelete will be checking that this action, this particular action is coming from your record is insert or not. So this trigger and this trigger class, system.trigger class, it will be checking from the system.trigger class. So we have to perform like this trigger dot is insert. Then it will go and check that this particular action which is coming now, it comes in this insert or not. And same like others, like it will check for the update, it will check for the delete, and it will check for the undelete, and it will check for the before and after. So this perform like any record if I have created, then whatever event I have used in our trigger, it will be checked when we are going to give this action. So before or after, whatever we have given, and we can perform, we can access these four type of data types when we and but these are something which we should keep in mind. There are like some context variable, some data variable which are not available for before, some context variable which are not available for undelete and something. So uh, this all thing like if I'm using this insert and this before, first from here, first from here. So if we are using this, if we are performing any action on before insert, what type of data will be available here? So in before insert, there will not be any old data, because old data is something which is available in your sales for before updating or before performing this, before coming or before starting this transaction. Got it? So if I am updating, let me go here. So if I am updating this account one, then this account one has this accessibility or the availability into our org. So in this case, if I am updating this, then it has this old data, because whenever I will update this, then before starting this transaction, it should have their old data available that will be coming in your old one. If I'm using this inserts, and let's say I'm going to create a new account from here, I'll create a new account, then this particular account is going to insert, it doesn't have any old data because it is not exist right now. I'm going to create it now only. So after creating this, it will be available in your, in that case this old will be not available, but in update it will be available, the new will be available, and after this inserting data it will be available, new will be available. In before insert also this new will be available. Before insert, what it will do is it will first check that record has been inserted, and the data is coming in the list of new. And in delete also is delete, I have this another. So yeah, this is the table I'm going to perform. So before insert, this trigger dot new will be available. Trigger dot new map will not be available because what is here. Trigger dot new. It is having the list of S object. Okay, and trigger dot old. It will also have the list of S object. Trigger dot new map will have a map of ID and S object, and same trigger dot sorry, old map will have this map of ID as object. So in this trigger.new, it will have this list of subject, and in this trigger.old and new map, it will have the map of ID. So every time when we use this trigger.new map or old map, it will create a map with the ID. So this will be the key, that particular record's ID will be the key, and that record will be available into the value. So here in this case, if we are using this before insert, then it will give you the list of trigger.new, but it will not give you the trigger.new map, because before inserting, it is not has been this record is not inserted now, so that ID will not be available for this map. If there is no key, then there is no like there is no use of value. So if we don't have any key, then we can't access the value. This trigger.new map will not be created. So after inserting that record, Salesforce ID will be generated, and then only it will give you the ID. So before insert, it will not give you the trigger.old, because it will not have any old value, and trigger.old map same like this, it will not have any old value, and it will not have the ID, because only this will not create the new map. And trigger.new will be giving the list of record which are just insert which are in same update. So we will have the trigger.new map, because it have this ID of that record, because we are going to update. This is the already available data. And trigger.old, because it already also have the old data, because we are going to update. And the old map, same thing. In delete, it will have all those things, because it will before insert. So before insert, it will have the trigger.new map and all things. After insert, it will have this trigger.new, but it will not have this trigger.old, because we are going to insert. Same like this old map. We have this after undelete, and it will have this trigger.new, because it is undeleting, and it is like we are going to recover that data, so it will be available trigger.new. That new map also available, because ID already have been generated before it is when the data has been created, so that will be available. But old map will not be available, because it was not the part of your organization, it was the part of the recycle bin. So this will not give you the data. So you can go to once when you perform, and I will recommend all of you to perform every single event type with all the context variables, so that you will get more idea about it, and try to write system.debug for every context variable, and see all the result in which format you will get the result. So this is the trigger. You can perform any type of data. You can perform like you can update related object. You can create any record. You can call an Apex class by using trigger. Even you can post to chatter. So there is a chatter as well. So you can post from by using that. And that's it, I guess, about trigger. Any question related to that?